plan against these guys, and how you feel you executed that?
We knew there was a physical team. We wanted to come in and be physical also, and we just was hitting on all cylinders on the defensive effort.
Keandre, can you kind of talk about your shot selection? I know some of them weren't necessarily the pretty shots that we're used to seeing from you.
I mean, I kind of take bad shots sometimes, but I also would like make tough shots. So I think the only thing I got in a good rhythm today, but I knocked down a couple shots.
I mean, I broke with the tongue though, right?
Yeah.
Stop.
You get
scared when you're up there, not looking at the ref?
No, not at all.
Why didn't you ask everybody that question?
Oh, I guess I'm scared for him. Huh?
Keandre, how's that feel, dunking the ball like that in front of a big crowd?
I mean, we home. It felt really good. We got a win, and I got a big dunk, so it felt really good.
Gaige, you played 23 minutes tonight. Do you feel like you're making opportunities out there at the court?
Yeah, I do. You know, it's just about getting healthy. You know, so I mean, just slow road to that, but I'll be back there soon.
Sally, how are you feeling right now?
I mean, I feel great right now. You know.
Just the way you play, this is the first time we've been able to talk to you. Do you take pride in being the throwback center type?
Yeah, I take a lot of pride in that. You know, these guys kind of clown me for it. But, you know, I like it a lot. You know, it's just, I think it's like a missing art of the game. So, you know, I just make sure I keep that implemented in it.
What kind of got you into that? So what kind of gets you into wanting to do something?
I mean, you just, you know, I watch a guy like Kareem do it, you know, or like Tim Duncan, you know, or another guy like Kim Olajuwon. So, I mean, it's just something like that. Just watch them and, you know, want to do what they do.
Keandre, as a team, you guys have had some games where shots don't fall. Tonight, everything falls. How nice is it to finally get a game like that?
I feel really good that everyone was hitting today. We really played together good offense and defensively today.
I say you took advantage of the time you were in there. 8 of 8, perfect from the field. This was kind of working for you. And how much are you trying to take advantage of those little opportunities you've been able to get so far this year?
I'm trying to take a lot of advantage. My teammates keep telling me to look to score and shoot the ball when I'm open. So I thank them a lot for telling me to keep shooting because my confidence keeps going up.
Ross, we had Spencer late in the game the other day, and now you coming in, the bench going nuts. Just kind of what's that feeling like when that goes in? And it was from the logo, of course.
It's a good feeling. Just seeing everybody excited for you because we go through the same thing every day. So we're all fighting for the same stuff. But yeah, it's just fun when they get as excited as I am. So.
How have you kind of seen this season so far? I mean, you've been around for a while here. You're the old guy around here in the program. Just the way that it's come together now, 11 games in.
Yeah, I think we realized tonight that the defensive end is where we're going to win the game. We held them to 16 in the first half, which is huge. We just got to keep doing that.
Gaige, kind of talk about those rebounds. You guys only had 28 tonight, but I mean, you guys still dominated on defense, like Ross said.
You know, I think we got to be better on the defense rebounds, especially myself. You know, let a lot go through. So, you know, that's something we got to work in practice.
Some of those high arcing shots. Do you think they're going in when they come off your hand, or have you seen it enough that you just have a feeling? Or
I mean, I just practice on the game a lot, so I mean, I know it feels right. So, you know, when I get a shot like that, I mean, it just feels everything else is going to go in.
Keandre, do you kind of feel like this is you kind of showed tonight who you guys can be just throughout that first half? It looked like the best you guys have been all season.
I think we showed that we can be a really good defensive team tonight. Offense going to be there, but defense win games, so we showed that we can really play great defense man or zone tonight.
You feel better about the turnovers tonight? I know there was a few minute lapse there in the second half, but it seemed to be a pretty okay game for you guys.
Yeah, I think we took care of the ball tonight more than any other game. We just been tough tonight, and we was locked in. We really wanted this win, and we wanted to make a statement against a good team.
Not making coach running or anything?
No, we can't have him keep running.
Keandre, you guys held them to actually 0 3-point shots in the first half. Just kind of talk about your guys' defense there on the outside.
We knew that they was a good team that averaged, I think, about like 16 assists a game. So we wanted to cut that in half. We wanted to cut their points in half, and we just was really locked in. And the coaches had us fired up, and we really wanted this big win.
Is that a different mindset from you guys going in? Something you didn't feel throughout the first 10 games of the season?
It just showed that we're getting better each game. We're getting better in practice, and we just coming together more as a team. And I think we kind of figuring it out.
Proud of our players today. I thought their defensive effort was good again. I think that's, about 5 out of 6 halves, the last 3 games where we played some pretty good defense, and was happy with the way we took care of the ball in the first half. Got some separation there, and then I think the thing I'm most excited about is the way we responded when they made a run. It's a good team, and they got a lot of fight, and they've got some really good players. I mean, that number 4 was a handful for us, as well as their guards, and I think it got down to 8, and then obviously we pushed it back up to get a win by 20 or 22 or something. So I'm really proud of that. So you guys go ahead.
Do you feel like that was your most complete game of the season?
I don't think we played a complete game, and I think that's the most minutes we've played out of 40. That's a good brand of basketball. But we didn't play 40 minutes of basketball. I think to start the second half, our defense was not very good. They came out and scored 10 points in the first 4 minutes, and we held them to 16 and a half. And then obviously I think when Tyreek picked up his 3rd foul, we really struggled offensively, turning the ball over. But overall, we had built up such a big lead that it really didn't matter. But I thought in the first half, that was about as good as we've played a first half from beginning to end, maybe this year.
Just kind of seemed like they were playing harder on the defensive end, playing more as a team tonight.
Well, I mean, we gave them 2 days off if they won today, and I guess that's what motivated them. They want to have 2 days off, and they played really hard, and we've just been preaching energy, effort, enthusiasm. I think sometimes, when there's so much being said about you, you kind of lose focus on what you're really supposed to be doing, and that could probably be the case with our guys. Whether it's, you didn't win a game that people thought you were supposed to, or you didn't play as well against somebody, they're human, right? I mean, they hear all that. They're not immune to that. And it's my job to keep their minds clear and just focus on energy, effort, and enthusiasm.
57% shooting tonight. I mean, you haven't seen that a lot this year. How nice is it to have a game where the shots fall?
Well, I mean, we've got some guys that can make some shots as long as the right guys are taking them, and as long as we are moving the ball, we get pretty good looks. I think where our offense struggles is the ball really gets stagnant. I mean, people really, they just hold it. And I've got to evaluate it, but I don't know if it's just, someone's wanting to make the assist or they're wanting to take the shot, but we just don't move it to the open man. And I thought in the first half there we kind of got in the rhythm of just moving it to the open man, and we've got good enough players that if we just move to the open man, we're going to be okay, but that's not a habit right now. So, I thought that the right guys took the right shots, and that caused us to shoot 57%. We didn't shoot too many threes. We only shot 14. Tyreek made a couple. Isiaih made one, and Cook and Lamont, which are normally better shooters, were 2 for 8 combined. So, our guys been working at it, and just one day at a time.
Can you kind of talk about Keandre Cook's shot selection? Obviously, some of them win it, but there were some that, they weren't as pretty as what we're used to seeing from him.
Yeah, I mean, he's a good player. Where'd he go? 5 of 11. I'll take that every day of the week. I don't know what percentage that is. What is that, 47? Mm-hmm. Rick, you got your calculator? But he's one of the best guarded shot makers in the country. He and Lamont. And sometimes he just bails you out, the only thing I thought he could have did tonight was earlier in the possession move the ball, because he's going to get it back. But he's 6 of 6 from the free throw line. Again, he's bailed us out so many times. He can have if an off night's 5 of 11, I have to take that. I mean, yeah, he was a little off on some of his threes tonight, but I think that's fine.
You got a lot of contributions from a lot of guys tonight playing well. One specifically was Gaige, and just showing off the throwback center and high arcing shots that we're kind of not used to seeing. Just what do you like from him?
Yeah, I mean, I thought he did okay. I thought that guy that was guarding him down there was pretty good too. He was big, and he really kind of met his match today, But I thought he kept fighting and battling, made some nice jumpers. Pretty efficient, 5 of 10. I thought he made a really big, kind of like a whip back there late in the game and kind of break their back. We got it down to him. They guarded him one-on-one. He needed to rebound better, though. He got 4 rebounds a night in 23 minutes, and he's only averaging about 4 rebounds a game, but he's got to rebound a little bit better. But showed great leadership tonight, and, as well as some other guys. But I was happy with Gaige's game.
Touching on that leadership, it's something you guys have struggled with in the early part of the season. Just where do you see it tonight?
I thought it was great. I mean, I thought everybody that played, I mean, everybody's a leader because everybody has influence. And everybody that played, I thought they played the right way. People fed off of each other, and I thought it was good.
They showed kind of like they had each other's backs a little more obvious tonight. You running down on the other side of the court at one point when things are getting a little pushy. Did you notice that at all?
I thought our guys played well together. I thought, defensively they really played well together. And then offensively for certain times they played well together as well. But that's still a work in progress. Our players have liked each other all year. I mean, it's just, when you play the schedule we play, you just have to play well in order to win those games. And you can't not play well in a half. Today, we played well for most parts of both halves, and we won the game. So these guys really, they like each other. I mean, they like each other. They're fine.
Talk about the growth you're seeing from Isiaih, 8 points, 12 minutes tonight.
I mean, he makes the most of his minutes. He's a really good player. I mean, every time we put him out there, he does something really good. And again, we're going to find more minutes for him. And tonight, he got 12 and he was fantastic. I thought he probably played the best 12 minutes of anybody, and he's going to get more minutes. He is a really good basketball player, and I don't say that just to say it. Again, it's just you look at Tulio Da Silva, 32 minutes, Keandre Cook, 37 minutes, Lamont West, 25 minutes. And tonight Isiaih, we went with a slightly different rotation lineup, and he was a part of that. But he's going to continue to get more minutes, and he's been practicing well. He's been putting in extra work. He lifts weights every morning with the strength coach, whether we're supposed to lift or not. His body's changing, and he's a really good player. I mean, he is.
What did you like from the turnovers tonight? It seemed like fine, except for that few minute spurt there where they were able to.
First half we only had 5 or 6, which that's kind of where you want to be in a half. Second half, I think they really heated up forward a little bit. He turned it over. And then they started doubling our posts, and they turned it over. 14 is too many. It's really 4 too many. But if you shoot for 10, you might get 12, right? But I'll have to go back and watch and see how many was just careless, okay? Because I think they count offensive fouls as turnover as well. I don't know how many of those we had. But I thought we took care of the ball so well in the first half that allowed us to get the cushion. And then in the second half, we turned over a little bit, but then we kind of regrouped, which I'm proud of.
You talked a little bit about forward there until the end stretch. Him and Dixon had pretty similar minutes. Was there any particular reason for that?
Well, Dixon was in foul trouble. He had 2 in the first half. We had a big lead, so if the game would have been tighter, he would have played with 2 fouls, but he didn't. Then the first couple minutes of the second half, he picked up his 3rd, and then they started coming back, and then we had to go back to him. We were trying to wait till the 12-minute media, but we had to go back at 14. And I don't think he came out after that. I don't think, or maybe he did, or I'd have to watch. But I thought Tyreek was good. Tyreek's been good the last couple games, and we've just been better. He played more tonight without the foul trouble. But I think it's good for Ford to play 13 minutes against that type of pressure. I mean, that's good. And again, Ford in the beginning when he was playing, he was really playing well. But then film gets out in college, and they're starting to heat him up. So he's just going to have to get better, and he's going to get better today. He works on it every day. He's going to get better. So it was a good opportunity for us to play him against that defense with that type of cushion.
Seems like Lamont's been playing a little better since you started limiting him in the second half a little bit.
Well, it's all about how we can guard him, right? When other teams go small, we kind of got to get him out of here because or we got to go zone. So he's a big player, so it's hard to guard. But he's so efficient. He's such a good kid. He's just such a good kid. I mean, he's great. He's so efficient. So right now, he's doing a good job. And like tonight, 25 minutes, 13 points, 3 rebounds, 5 of 8. That's really good in 25 minutes. So less, maybe more with him.
Was his knee a little bit a part of that at all? I saw he had that round tape on and that slow to him.
I think he's fine. Yep. one more?
The, Keandre says he feels like the team's starting to come together. Is that something you're noticing?
Well, you know, I've never, if he says it, then yeah, I guess he's on the team. I ain't on the team, right? I mean, if he said it, yeah, good question. All right, see you guys.